What's up, everybody? I'm Novo coming at you with another one. Uh, Looking at Air Canada, and we're looking at the hourly because we're looking for noise. And we noticed that not much of a zigzag on the way up, but Air Canada has done the zigzag on the way down. I'm thinking we'll probably see a zigzag on the way up as we try to test for higher highs along this rising wedge. And you can see what I'm talking about here, like that, right? Oops, right about that. And then the directional arrow, are you right there? So from point A to point B, the swing. So I think what's happening is as we travel in this rising wedge, um, the angle based on the GAN fan is starting to flatten out, right? Like this was um, basically this is the zero price point. So 90 degrees. We're a little bit off, but it might be on the daily, but right about there. Um, and then we squared off the 1-to-1 range. So coming down to the 2-to-1 range, this might be the general direction. If we do have a pop, um, we'd probably double top right about here, or it might even be like so, and then maybe support. Where are we? Like there or so? But we'll stick with the original, um, roughly there and roughly there. I know it's a bit exaggerated, but it's just so you guys can see how the moves happen, right? Nothing travels in a straight line. We may have a destination, but just like the drive to Disneyland, we got to stop for gas, get back on the highway, and then we finally get there. Um, and on the move up, usually this is more um, exaggerated on the way up, but this seems to be the opposite. Selling pressure, selling pressure, and then there's an accumulation, and yet more accumulation. And you'll notice the angle changes, right? This one is, it's kind of similar to the previous one. If we draw that like so, you can see that it just starts to flatten out. And then if we go over here, it starts to flatten out again. Um, a degree of magnitude, I guess. And our next blow off eventually will be yet even shallower as the price keeps going. Now we'll have to determine later on whether it'll be based on log scale or regular, but I like seeing regular so that you can see the parabola as it starts to go. With log scale, it flattens out the parabola, right? Anywho, back to here. So it looks like Air Canada may top out at the top of the wedge around the $35 mark or so, at which point, we'll be testing for more support. Looking left, um, I think we'll get a little bit more noise here looking left because this is where we had the support tested and it failed and we had this massive dump, right? So it could be actually that the next consolidation range um, could be right about where our destination is, and this thing may go to sleep again. So this is looking at July. Um, if we see good news, I mean, Air Canada is flying and blah blah blah. People are finally resuming vacations and whatnot. Uh, this could pick up momentum, but it's better to be more on the bearish side while you remain like in a positive climb just in case. And it's good to grab dips too, right? And then the next price level obviously will be right about here. Let's call that the 42 mark, 7 times 6. And let's go to daily for a second. So we can see that once we crashed, we had major resistance under a previous support line. And again, another support line that we may need to break. You almost want to go a little bit lower. But that's roughly where this crash tried to grab support and it failed. So I'm hoping that once we test that, we'll be able to break through and find that as support again. So the 37 mark. So maybe that'll be, the wick, and then we come back down and then consolidate through here. So I always get ahead of myself. But once this is done, we shall resume what we've been doing. And if we go to, let's see, there, and then there. So again, price level was here. As it matured, it went to the lower degree, a little bit of a blow off, went back to here, and then it looked like it wanted to jump up to another channel, but the crash was here, and what happens? Bang, back down to this channel here as we start to try and stabilize back to this section here. I think we'll be kind of range bound in this channel until we hit the 1/8, at which point, the double top, I don't even see where it is, but what is that?